Bună și bine ați revenit la ZFIT Generation! Astăzi, la rubrica Startup Pitch, discutăm cu Tommaso Guerra, cofondator și CEO al Golee, un startup din Italia care a dezvoltat o platformă ce digitalizează activitățile din cadrul unui club sportiv. Hello, Tommaso, and welcome to our show.
Hello, good evening. Thank you.
So, first of all, I want to ask you when and how did you start this project, Golee?
So we founded Golee in 2018, and even though the first market tests we started to do even a few months earlier, and yeah, so it's already been a few years that we are on the market.
Okay, so you already have almost 4 years since you started this project. Can you please share with us what does exactly Golee do as a platform?
So what we do is that we developed a SaaS platform that digitizes the tasks of sports clubs. So think if you are a president of a sport club or a secretary or a coach, you want to monitor sports events such as training sessions and game details and growth of the players. Or you want to collect money from the members, or again, you want to monitor the expiration of the medical examination. And these sports clubs and the people who manage sports clubs are doing it through pieces of paper or at most on Excel. So that's why we created a platform, so finally they can digitize their operations. We started in Italy, but as you can think, the sports clubs, generally speaking, they work the same everywhere you go. For sure, if you talk about Europe, that's almost the equal way. So we started our process of internationalization, and we have our first clients in Spain, France, and Portugal.
How many clients do you have till now?
So in total, we have 2,500 sports clubs, maybe a little bit more than that. And most of them are from the football world. In fact, we started the project just in football, but eventually we saw that our services were useful also to other kinds of sports clubs, such as basketball, volleyball, dancing, tennis, and so on. And yeah, so we have more or less 200 clients, 250 clients that are clubs, not from the football world.
Okay, and they use the whole platform or just some parts of it? Because I saw on your website that you have 3 or 4 apps or modules.
Yeah, so what happens is that it really depends on the size of the sports club and the people that manage the sport club. So technically, our platform is divided into 4 main areas, which are administrative area, financial area, sports area, and social area. So the administrative area, he helps the secretary, basically, to archive the documents of the athletes and monitor who received the technical equipment, or again the contacts of the parents, the expiration of the medical examination, all the different prints that they need to do, and so on. The administrative world of the sports clubs. Financial area is like a regular software system that monitors financial activities, cash flow, balance sheets, monitoring of the fees that the members have to pay to the sports club, or again, maybe you have some players that need reimbursement or they are under contract, so you need to pay them, and you can monitor the cash flow and the cash balances through our financial area. Sports area is to monitor sports activities, training sessions, game details, and growth of the players. So you're able to create the technical and mental sheet of every single player and keep collecting data about them. Social area, we allow sports clubs to build their own website and their own e-commerce so they can finally sell their merchandise through an online store.
It's a very complex platform with all four these sections. Can you tell us how much did you invest in total till now to develop this platform?
So up to now, we've raised over 2 million euros here in Italy. And we have everything that we built. We built it through our IT department. In fact, we are a software house, a team composed of 20 people in the three main departments: IT department, so software development, business and marketing, and the financial and legal. And so the investment that we do is for our people that grow with us.
So you have a big team. And now you want to raise money via SeedBlink, the crowdfunding platform that we have here in Romania. And I want to ask you why. How did you get in contact with SeedBlink?
So what happens is that our project wants to be an international project. And the money that we raised so far, most of them come from Italy. So we started to approach also the international community. And SeedBlink has their offices also here in Milan. And we got to speak with their team members. And we reached an agreement on which we started to approach our international process, even in fundraising through them and also through other investors.
So how much money do you want to raise now via SeedBlink?
Our target is to raise 300,000 euros, and then we'll see what happens.
And do you need this money now for what exactly? What do you want to do with this new investment?
So the SeedBlink investment will be only a part of the total investment that we're getting, aiming to 800,000 euros. And what we're doing is that we want to consolidate our metrics in terms of clubs acquisition. We want to reach as soon as possible 10,000 clubs as clients. With 10,000 clubs as clients, it means that we're going to be the European market leader with over 1 million athletes in our database. We want to expand in 5 other sports apart from football in a consolidating, in a strong way. So with over 1,000 clients for each sport. And we want to go international. So right now we're having clients from Spain, France, and Portugal. We want to consolidate some of these countries and prove that we can scale fast regardless of the country that we're in.
So this is your plan for this year or the next 2-3 years?
We want to validate these metrics during this year. Obviously, then we have different goals on what we want to reach during 2022 and 2023. The priority is market penetration because right now the market is finally ready to adopt digital tools. You have to think that this is an industry that for ages has been working with pieces of paper because at the top of these sports clubs, most of the time there are people who do it on voluntary basis. And so they do it only for their passion. They want to be close to the sports activities because they love playing football or volleyball or basketball. What we want to do is to provide them a tool that helps them to professionalize the way they work. And why right now is the perfect moment? Because COVID, on one hand, obviously, it stopped sports activities, and it was a difficult period. But on the other hand, it speeded up the process of digitization. In fact, right now we speak at the same time with 50 presidents linked in Zoom or in a web call, and it was completely impossible even to think about it before COVID. So the moment right now is it's perfect to penetrate fast this market that doesn't have a market leader, because nobody has already attacked this industry, and we want to be the first. And in the next couple of years, there are a lot of opportunities.
So you don't have competitors in other countries?
So what happens is that there are few companies around Europe that want to digitize the sports industry. Most of our competitors are vertical in some of our services. For instance, there is the competitor that develops applications for coaches, or another competitor that develops the functionality to help sports clubs collecting money and fees from their members. Or again, there are other competitors that help sports clubs to better monitor their financial activities. What we want to do is we want to become the digital partner of these sports clubs and help them in every single area they need help. And generally speaking, we want to improve their lives.
So they don't integrate all these solutions as Golee platform does.
Right, exactly. This is one of the main differences. And generally speaking, there are not a structured partner in Europe. There is maybe the market leader in France, the market leader in Germany, let's say. Nobody has attacked the European countries in general, and nobody's got more than maybe a few thousand clients.
I see. So the pandemic really created an opportunity for you.
Exactly. We were lucky enough to survive the harsh COVID period, and we are in the right spot at the right moment, and we should take advantage of it in the next couple of years.
Can you tell us how big was the impact of the pandemic in your business in terms of numbers? How much did the demand for your platform grow?
Yeah, so as we said, everything's changed. At the beginning, it was us most of the time going door to door to sports clubs, try to convince them to buy our software and our services, and apparently they couldn't find the right reason to buy this software. And then eventually COVID came and it blocked sports activities. So at the beginning we were very worried, but then after just a couple of months we saw that our number of new clients actually increased month by month, because they had no sports activities going on, but they got more sensitive and more open in adopting digital tools. And so they were exploring and they were trying us. So we exploit this time to approach new clients and to improve our services. Eventually, in August, the new season started finally, not COVID-free, but at least with the operations going in a normal way. And from that moment on, we are going steadily month by month. And this is what we were looking for, we've worked the past few years just to be ready for this moment, I guess.
So the demand was higher and higher, and is still increasing. So I want to ask you about your revenues. How was last year for Golee in terms of revenues?
I think that we reached until July, our revenues, when COVID was happening, so no sports activities were going on, our revenue were below 5,000 euros per month. And then from August on, we grow month to month, surpassing 20,000 euros and reaching per month, I'm talking about, and reaching our project indicated in the next few months, we're going to surpass 50,000 euros per month. So it's almost doubling month to month. And so most of our revenues actually came in the last part of the year, when sports activities reopened.
Okay, so this year you think that it will continue to grow. How do you see this year?
Yeah, hopefully. Our project, we want to close this year with €500,000 in revenues. And you have to think that our revenues are all net revenues, because obviously, apart from the cost of the team, we don't have any other cost. And then depending on how many clients subscribe to our platform, it will move even faster. Also because we've proven that our project is scalable, meaning that more or less with the same team, we're acquiring new clients, but our effort doesn't really change.
How much does it cost for a sports club to use your platform?
It depends on the modules they activate. They start from €200 per year up to €2,000 per year. But €2,000, you have website, e-commerce. We handle the e-commerce for you. All the financial area, all the coaches with the applications, the administrative area, and automatic reminders of almost everything you can think of, and also the payment infrastructure. So we've developed also the Golee Pay that allows athletes and the community to pay through our platform directly to the sports clubs. Just if you want to do only, for instance, the website, it costs over €2,000. What we want to do is to have prices affordable for everybody.
It's really affordable. If is per year the cost, the total cost, €2,000 per year. It's really affordable.
The lower is 200. So we have models for every size of club.
So you said that you have now clients from Italy, Spain, France, Portugal. What's the next market that you want to enter?
What we want to do is we really want to consolidate at least 3 of these markets, but we want to try to expand in some other countries. What we want to do is we will target European countries, for instance, also Romania. We'll see how the market responds, and then the ones who are more ready than others, then we're going to attack them. And then once we reach 1,000 clients, then we move to the other one.
So you started to explore the Romanian market, or not yet?
No, not yet. Hopefully soon enough.
After you'll have the investment from here.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it will be a good opportunity to have also connections for the internal market.
Maybe the Romanian market is a good opportunity for you, because I don't know if you have any competitors here, so it might be a good market for you.
It's a good market. Yeah, hopefully yes.
So last but not least, Tommaso, I want to ask you about your experience. What did you do before starting this project, and why did you choose this industry?
So what happens is that I've always been a football player all my life. When I was 12 years old, I entered in the youth sector of a professional football team here in Italy. And I stayed there until I was 19 years old. In my experience, I played against players that right now are pretty famous. For instance, Balotelli or Immobile, who is the striker for the Italian national team, and others. But when I played against them, I didn't even know who they were. And then eventually I moved to the United States to play. I went to study there, and I played football, or soccer, as they say, in the college team. And it was completely different, because I had a few thousand people at the stadium. I had articles, game highlights, statistics of the players. And I was only still 19 years old in the youth sector, let's say. So I got fascinated by this world. And when I got back to Italy after a few years, in the meanwhile, I graduated, I started to work in the United States. I worked also in Spain. And then eventually I moved back to Italy, and I saw that the sports industry in Italy, but all over Europe, was still the same. So not a lot of difficult to valorize the youth sector or the not professional sports industry. So what we want to do is to create a platform that will help sports clubs and athletes and coaches to work better and more value on this.
So that's how you got the idea to create Golee, from your own experience.
Exactly. And then eventually I met Felice, who is the other co-founder, and he had more or less the same idea of doing this in the school sector, because you see school and sports are very similar in terms that they have the president of the school or the sports clubs, and you have teachers or coaches, and then you have students or athletes, and the goal is to improve and make them grow, you know. And with Golee, we already started to do the first market tests, and then eventually he decided to quit his job. He was selling software to banks, and we moved to Milan, which is the best city to be in Italy if you want to do startup, and we founded the company.
Okay, so this is the story of your startup. You have experience in sports and Felice in IT.
Exactly, in software sales, yes.
So you complement each other. Tommaso, thank you very much for being today here with us, and we'll stay in touch. We'll be monitoring your campaign on SeedBlink, and hopefully you will raise the money very soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll talk soon to see how the campaign goes.
For sure, we'll keep in touch. Aceasta a fost ediția de astăzi a ZFIT Generation. Dacă aveți un proiect de startup tech, nu ezitați să ne scrieți pe adresa de mail zfitgeneration@zf.ro. Seară bună!
Știu ce spun. SUA și Rusia stau iar față în față și discută soarta Ucrainei și nu numai. Noi suntem în linia întâi în caz de conflict armat.
Președintele a uitat de România și a scos din sertar alt proiect.
Altă întrebare, cum ar fi, nu? Știu ce te interesează.
Djokovic recunoaște că a greșit. A mințit, dar n-am mințit chiar eu. Este morala spovedaniei lui.
Dar dracu și de ambițios, mai zicem.
Știu cum să te fac curios. O profesoară de 57 de ani din Olt s-a dezbrăcat în fața elevilor de toate secretele.
Nu e posibil așa ceva, adică... Și mai are și 57 de ani, măcar dacă avea 30 să se bucure și copia.
Știu cum să te emoționezi.
Într-o zi în care trebuia să sărbătorim arta, am protestat.
Știu să conving. Cine adună cele mai multe puncte, la final de obicei Ioana câștigă. Nu că sunt femeie, ci că sunt pregătită.
Da.
Știu să câștig.
Uite, câștigăm, pierdem la final de zi.
Știu, deci știi.